They recognised women on Periscope and featured a number of different women throughout the day for creating inspiring content. So they really look into the community and look at what people are doing. So that was another highlight of the year. So I've covered lots of different high-profile events in London and in Ireland, done lots of travel around the world and scoped in many different countries around the world in the last year. Through my career as an accountant, I get to visit lots of different countries as well. Just last week I was periscoping, I just say automatically I was scoping. I was scoping in India just last week, now back in Ireland. So I've built up a community, and the Boop Troop is what my community are called. And I'm going to tell you some amazing things that we've done, which the community have done with me through Periscope. So one interesting thing that we did in the last year was I used my Periscope channel to raise funds for the Teenage Cancer Trust. So I thought all these viewers are watching me, they're often asking, can we give you a tip? And I'm not so interested in viewers paying me to Periscope. Although I work with different brands and things on my channel, I thought, why don't I use this great platform to raise some money for a good charity that I care a lot about. So within 1 week we raised over £1,000 for the Teenage Cancer Trust, and then went on Periscope to the presentation, and I visited the clinics and met the patients there. So that was something very worthwhile that I was able to do via my Periscope channel, which I don't think had I started the channel I would have had that opportunity before. So that's something great about the Periscope community. You really get to know your followers. When my viewers come into my broadcast, I know them by their first name, the regular viewers, and that's another thing that I don't think you really have on any other platform. And it's really a two-way relationship. So your viewers are often driving the energy in the broadcast. So with their comments, they could ask you something that will totally change the direction of your broadcast. So you never know where it's going to go on Periscope, and that's what I love about it. So, as I said, I found myself covering some exciting and newsworthy events in the last year, so I thought I would just touch on some of the things that I've done, and I've got some screenshots from the broadcast as well to show you. So, one thing that I covered was the demonstrations in London for the Welcome Refugees demonstrations. So, in the middle of the demonstrations, I started up my Periscope and took people from all over the world who were watching right into London to experience that with me. I've covered many different events and parades. Something that was very exciting for me was I was asked to cover London Fashion Week twice in the last year, obviously since Periscope started. And that's the first time that a live streamer has been invited to cover some of the most high-profile events at London Fashion Week. So when I was asked, it wasn't through my blog, they asked me to come for the purpose of periscoping the show. And it was really exciting to know that the designers are open to live streamers in the future and in future shows and showcasing their collections around the world that way. And also I watched many of my favourite periscopers showcasing Fashion Week in their countries as well, which I don't think I would have had an opportunity to before. Another exciting thing which I periscoped this year, many of you might know the Cheese Grater building in London. It's one of the iconic skyscrapers in London. And they invited me along to periscope the official opening, and they told me that there would be some special guests there. So I had no idea who I was expecting. And I was standing outside waiting for the car to arrive, hoping it would be someone that I recognised that was going to come out of the car. And as you can see, the bottom picture there, Prince William and Prince Harry stepped out of the car for their Periscope debut and officially opened the Cheese Grater building. So that was very exciting. That I went in and periscoped them unveiling the plaque, and it was the first time, I think, that the British royalty was on Periscope. So the fact that I was invited along with the media, with all the other journalists to periscope it and have my face at the front holding my phone, and that was really a highlight as well. And you can see some of the other screenshots there, London Fashion Week and the refugee demonstration. I also covered Ireland 2016 when I went back to my hometown in Athenry, and some of the events were going on there, and I started the broadcast up for over an hour to show the whole commemoration event. And I don't think people could have watched that full event, the Athenry one, on any other medium, so that was really, really good as well. So as I said, now I've been approached as a live streaming influencer through my Periscope channel, and I'm using it to complement my blog. I'll often embed the Periscope broadcast into my blog posts, which I think just gives it something different. With Periscope, I like that it's instant. So a lot of people who are working on YouTube and blogging, they have to go away and write up the post after the event, edit the video after the event, whereas on Periscope I can show the event straight away and just have that immediate and instant impact and engagement with my viewers. So I get invited to cover lots of different events, as I've said, mostly the fashion and beauty industry in London and in Ireland. You can also do different reviews. So I've done product reviews on Periscope, got people's opinions on different things. It's a really, really good marketing tool. I'm finding that lots of brands that approach me are now interested in Periscope and how they can use it to market their product, and it's really great to know that they're open to these new developments. So I'm looking forward to the next year and where that will take my blog through Periscope. Another thing which Periscope is great for is the travel industry. So many people use the map to scout out places that they're visiting. So before I went to India last week, I was looking on the map to see what was going on and watching Periscopes from India. And whilst I was there, a lot of Periscopers from India were reaching out to me and giving me tips on where to go and things I needed to see. So I built up that community before I even got there. So that was really, really interesting. So it's a great tool for the travel industry and to show where you are, to show your own place. So just some quick tips from using Periscope for a year. Some people tell me that they struggle with getting started on Periscope. So these are just a couple of my tips. So the key thing is to engage. I see so many brands and different people showing amazing content, but if it's their first broadcast or their first couple of broadcasts, they're not sure what to do and they don't answer any of the comments. And if I'm watching a broadcast and someone is ignoring my comments, I'm probably going to leave it because you want that engagement. It's a two-way relationship. So I was definitely encouraged to answer as many comments as you can, obviously filtering for what you think is necessary and what you think will add to the broadcast. Because it's still relatively new, you can experiment with what works for you. I've done so many different types of broadcasts throughout the year. Some worked well, some didn't work so well. And now I think I've found my niche, so people can just experiment and find out what works best. Another good tip is consistency. So if you're to be a daily broadcaster, I do one every morning, so people know exactly what time to come find me on Periscope. And even if they don't see the notification on Twitter straight away, they know the time that I'm going to be online, so on Periscope and live. So when you do consistent broadcasts every day or every week, like a show, people know when to find you. So that's good for driving daily viewers and building up that community. Some other great ways to encourage engagement with the viewers is screenshots. So if you encourage your viewers to screenshot what you're showing, they can tweet it out to you, tweet whatever the location is, tag the brand, tag whatever it is, and that just helps build up your profile on Twitter, or they can share it on the other social media platforms. So screenshots are a really great way to promote your channel, and these images that I've shown in the presentation are mostly. So that's everything. So thank you everyone for listening. If anyone has any Periscope questions, just reach out to me on Twitter or come find me. Thank you.